In the previous video, one of the examples we talked about was the average monthly water temperature in Key West, Florida. And I want to revisit this because we're going to talk about drawing something called a box and whisker display, which is kind of a way of distributing or showing important measures of central tendency for a certain set of data. So one of the things we did was we talked about finding the mean of this set of data. Remember, the mean is the average, so you had to add them all up and then divide by the number of values you have, which is 12. And we found out the mean was 79.1 approximately. We wanted to know the median of the data, the middle number. Well, in order to find the median, we had to put the numbers in order. So in order, we have 60, 69, 70, 72, 75, 76, 78, 82, 85, 86, 87, 87. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I missed a number. So 69, 70, 72, 75, 76, 78, 82. I missed another 82 in there. That's why. All right. When you have an even set of data, you're going to have a middle number. I should get rid of those little dots. And the middle number, unfortunately, we're going to have to find the mean of the two middle numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So these, their average is going to be 80. The other things we found were these things called quartiles, quartile 1 and quartile 3. The median is really quartile 2. Quartile 1 is going to be the median of the first half of the data. Well, the median of the first half of the data is going to be the average of these two numbers, which is going to be 73.5. And quartile 3 was the median of the second half of the data. The median of 85 and 86 is 85.5. We're going to use those numbers plus the minimum, which is 69, and the maximum, which is 87, to draw this thing called a box and whisker plot. To draw the box and whisker plot, the first thing you need to know is what the minimum and maximum are, because we're going to make a number line. For the number line, I'm going to start at 65, only because my minimum is 69. And since my maximum is 87, maybe I'll go up by 5s. There's no rule to how to do the tick marks. You can go up by 5s, you can go up by 10s, whatever makes you happy. So 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, and I'll go up to 90. Okay, now I'm going to draw this. So I'm going to start with the minimum, which is at 69. So it's about here, right before 70. Quartile 1 is at about 73.5. The median is at 80. Quartile 3 is about 85.5. And the max is at 87. You should have 5 dots, all on the same horizontal line, on your number line. Not on your number line, above your number line. You're going to make a box that connects the second dot with the second to last dot. Let's try that again. I cannot. There we go. I'll do that. And then you're going to draw a line through the median. And then over here to the min and max, they're going to be my little whiskers. So this is my box and whisker display. Now, it's very easy to draw as long as you have all this information, but what if you don't want to find all this information yourself? What if you want to use the graphing calculator to help you out? The graphing calculator will do this for you. So let's go back up to here. It does not matter if the values in your data set are in order or not. In order to do this in the graphing calculator, I would go and put this information in. You would press Stat, we've been there before, edit, and then I would put this data into list 1. Remember, if you have numbers in list 1 and list 2, you can clear them. Put the cursor on L1, hit clear, and then press the down arrow. And then if you have values in list 2, put the cursor on list 2, hit clear, and then press the down arrow, and everything will go away. Now, when you do this, you're only going to put your list into list 1. So type those 12 numbers in. When you're done typing the 12 numbers in and double checking to make sure you typed in 12 numbers, the next thing you're going to go to is you're going to go to second y equals. This is a place we've never been before. It's called stat plot. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to turn the stat plot on because it's probably off. Where it says type, you're going to put the cursor on the one that looks like the little box and whisker display. There's two of them that look like boxes. One of them is a single box with a whisker, and the other one is the double box with the whiskers. You want to pick the double boxes with the whiskers, the ones that's second to last. Put your cursor on and hit enter. XList, XList should say L1. If it doesn't say L1, all you have to do is press the second button and number 1. That's where L1 is. So if XList doesn't say L1, hit second 1 and it'll change it to list 1. And then frequency should just say 1. Once you've done that, the next thing you have to do is you have to go to your window. So press the window button. Just like we made this number line that went from 65 to 90, since you want to, you need your x-axis to go this far, and right now it probably doesn't. Your x-axis probably goes between -10 and +10. I would change my x minimum to be 65 and my x max to be 90, just like on the drawing that I did here on the video. Then you can hit graph, and you should see the box and whisker display appear. Then, if you hit the trace button, you'll notice that the cursor starts right here, and at the bottom of the screen it says median 80. If you press the left arrow, it'll come to Q1, and it'll say Q1, 73.5. If you press to the left again, it'll go to min, and it'll say min, 69. If you go off to the right instead, and you get your cursor over here, it'll say Q3, 85.5. And then you bring your cursor over here, it'll say max, 87. So without having to find all that information on your own, if you just type the data into list 1, turn your stat plot on, make it be a box and whisker display, and change your window to go a little bit less than the minimum and a little bit more than the maximum, then the graphing calculator will do the box and whisker display for you, and when you hit trace, it'll go between all the pieces of information that you need to know. A percentile is a number from 0 to 100 that you can associate with a value x from a data set. So if you say that x is in the 63rd percentile, what you're saying is that 63% of the data are less than or equal to x. Let's do a problem where we work with a percentile. All right, in this last problem, I'm giving you an ordered list of midterm test scores for a Spanish class. We want to find the value that's at the 65th percentile. All right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take, there's kind of like a little formula for doing it. The number of data. We're going to multiply it by the percentile. And that answer is going to tell me the number of values less than or equal to x. X is the number we're looking for. So in this particular table, if you count them up, you'll notice there are 20 numbers. Since we want to find the value of the 65th percentile, we're going to multiply that by 0.65. And we're going to find x. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because that's not the number we're looking for. 20 times 0.65 is 13. That means that there are 13 values less than or equal to the number I'm looking for. So now I'm going to go back to my table, and I'm going to count 13 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and here's number 13. 82 is at the 65th percentile. That means that 65% of the numbers are less than or equal to 82. And the way that I did it was I multiplied the number of data times the percentile, and again, that tells me the number of values less than or equal to the number I'm looking for. So once I found that value, I counted 13 numbers to find out that 82 is the number at the 65th percentile.